everybody turn around and wave at the camera, if you would, to my dear, dear friend, Ramonda Talkie, watching from Oklahoma City. Hi, Ramonda. I just got back from Florida, where I spent a week with a handful of people that I would now call true friends, because we connected at such a deep level. And so it's easy to get into true friend mode when you connect at such a deep level, I find. So, Friendship Sunday. So who was your best friend when you were a kid growing up? Who were your comrades? Who was your gang of pals you palled around with? There's a joke that says, I used to have an imaginary friend, but now that I've matured, I realize that it was just an imaginary acquaintance. That's really true for me, because as I've expanded into the person that I am now, my definition of a friend has changed. When I was young, a friend to me was, if we were hanging out and we were having fun together, you were my friend. And as things happen over life, I find out, I don't know, maybe my definition of friend looks a little bit different. And life continues to progress, and it's like the definition of friend starts here at the top of a funnel, and as I go through life, it becomes a little more narrow as to what I call a friend. So because it's Friendship Sunday, let's look at what a friend is. What's a friend to you? What's a friend to me? So one of the things, well, first off, let me say there's so many qualities and attributes of a true friend that in our short time span today, we couldn't possibly cover all of them. So these are a few that I just wanted to talk about today. So first of all is a friend holds sacred space. A friend, a real friend, I can express myself fully in their presence. I can be my authentic self. I don't have to hide anything. I don't have to sugarcoat anything or soften anything, walk on eggshells. I can present my true, raw self, and there's acceptance there. There's acceptance. Now, does that mean that we always agree? Does that mean that we don't trigger each other? Hardly. But what do we do with that? It looks different than it used to when I was younger. When I was younger, I also really didn't understand the concept or the value of being my authentic self. I really wasn't even aware of what my authentic self was. I didn't know to differentiate between what I was doing as a friend in order to be accepted. So I find that as I want to operate in an authentic friendship, that I have to be authentic to myself, because I have to know what I'm going to present. I have to know myself. So the sacred space that a friend holds can also foster that relationship within myself. And the sacred space that I hold within myself to allow my own authenticity to come forth can also support the sacred space that I have within a friendship. It's a symbiotic relationship. Does that make sense? Something else that's really important to me about a friend is that I feel heard. They listen to me. They make space for me to express myself, and I get to share what's happening on the inside of me, no matter how good, bad, or ugly it may be. There's a place for that. There's trust within a friendship. There's a lot of trust going on in this picture. I mean, the lion could easily devour that precious little Bambi. But there's trust there, and when I meet you with trust, whether we're consciously aware of it or not, it creates an energy. And trust creates a safe space. It helps create a sacred space. It's a contributor to that. So when I trust myself to be authentic, and I trust you to hold that space for me to be authentic in, we're laying the groundwork for a really deep and meaningful friendship. A friend connects with me at a heart level. A friend connects with me intellectually, yes, but it goes deeper than that. A friend connects from their true magnificence, from their natural state of being, their wholeness, whatever portion of that they're operating in that moment. They're willing to be vulnerable and connect at a heart level, willing to share ourselves and all of our brilliance and magnificence that comes from connecting in that heart space. I don't know, I didn't really do this when I was younger because I was really busy protecting myself. I was really busy being what I thought other people wanted me to be in order to feel accepted. So I didn't have, well, I had the capacity, but I wasn't aware that I had the capacity to connect at a heart level. So once that happens in a friendship, it takes things to such a deep level that connecting at anything other than a heart level only isn't as satisfying anymore. Does anybody relate to that? A friend focuses on my magnificence. A friend is always ready to remind me of the capital T truth of capital W what I am. A friend is willing to look through the good, the bad, and the ugly that I might be showing and remind me who I am. And I use the word always, but always, I guess it doesn't really apply. When I say always, I mean on a big picture scale. I don't mean in every detailed moment of life, because that may not actually be practical. That may not be, I mean, we are having a human experience. We are spiritual beings having this human experience, and we take our stuff with us. One of my great reminders used to say that we take our unfinished business with us until we finish it. And until we finish it, we keep attracting more of it. And it usually comes in more extreme versions so that we'll recognize it, since we didn't recognize it last time. So that shows up in friendships, you know. And when I say that a friend is willing to see me in magnificence, in my magnificence, and vice versa, maybe it's not in every single moment of the friendship, but in the generalities of the friendship, stepping back and looking big picture, that they're willing to see me that way. They're willing to remind me of that, and vice versa. And we create a Mobius of truth reminding. The Mobius, the infinity symbol, like kind of the ribbon, ever flowing. This is something that's really very dear to me. A friend is willing to acknowledge me. Acknowledge me for what am I doing right in my life? Because how much time are we spending thinking about what we're doing wrong in our lives? I mean, I could go down the list and check off. When I think about money, sometimes I find myself beating myself in the head, of what I'm doing wrong, managing this or, doing that. And a friend reminds me, focus on what's going right. Focus on what I'm doing right. Why do I want to focus on what I'm doing well, what I'm doing greatly? Right. I'm attracting it. I'm expanding it. Energy flows where focus goes. So a friend helps me to remember to focus on my brilliance, on my magnificence, on my genius, which we all are. Let's just get honest. Let's just get really raw and honest here. This is a room full of majestic, divine, magnificent beings that I'm honored to get to share this space with, that I look into your face and I see the truth of what you are. A friend reminds me of that. A friend is willing to see that maybe when I'm not. Excuse me. So we have friends in human form, and we have friends in fuzzy form. Friends are someone that I have fun with. It's coming. Friends are people that enhance my life. I enjoy being around them. I enjoy being in their energy. I enjoy spending time with them. Oh, I think we went ahead too far. Oh, no, we didn't. We're good. We got different things going on. We have fuzzy friends in our life that really, don't they model unconditional love for us? I mean, don't they really? They don't care if we smell when we roll out of bed in the morning before we have our shower. They love it. They don't care if we've had a bad day. They don't care if we feel like everything else is against us right now. They always are there to love us. They love us unconditionally. What a beautiful model of a friend, huh? Friends in many different forms. And then we have the ultimate friend, truly. The ultimate friend is our self, capital S, self. And I want to share with you something that is very powerful for me, that my dear friend, I have so many dear friends here in this building today, and my dear friend Verraine, she wrote this beautiful passage as a result of an experience that she had that I want to share with you. Since she gave me this piece of paper, I've had it up on the wall in my office as a reminder to me, because it is that powerful. This is what she says. In the midst of loneliness, I befriended myself and found the perfect companion. And these words are so inadequate to describe the wonderful experience that followed. The experience of unconditional love filled my whole being with awe, acceptance, and a real and true feeling of being complete within my own being. I know without a doubt that I am loved unconditionally, always and forever. It is this unconditional love that resides within each one of us that heals all, comforts all, and knows all that is required in this now moment. It is this love that lifts those whose vibrations are not at a peaceful and loving state. It is this love that keeps me from taking on energy that does not vibrate with mine. It is this love that stills the noise of physical, emotional, and mental pain. It is this love that heals all, knows all, and forgives all. And it resides within each of us simply by opening up to it and accepting it. I am that love in expression. I am loved and I am love. And she adds, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. So as it turns out, the ultimate friend has been with us all along, right here. And everything that we just talked about applies to this friend. When I connect with myself at a heart level, there I am. I hold, this friend holds the ultimate sacred space for me. Judgment is not even in its realm of conception. It knows nothing from me but unconditional love. It sees me only as perfect, magnificent, whole. There's complete trust here. This friend will never not be with me. It's always here. There's authenticity here. And this friend, when I tap in here in my heart, is always ready to acknowledge me. Always seeing me as my highest self. Always pointing the arrow towards my highest potential. And that I could be living in that blissful state. All I have to do is open up, receive it, and be present. It's always present for me, and it's always present for you. It's the life source in all of us that animates these vehicles of incredible technology that we use to navigate through this life, this experience.